What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce can affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay.
What is your American dream?
I was born in New York. My American dream is music, and DJing is the one thing that I love.
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in the Bronx. My American dream is to achieve success and prosperity through my hard work.
I am from India. I do hope that each one of us realize our own humanity and start helping each other succeed. We are all humanity, and that's the least we should be able to do.
I am from Poland. My American dreams be close to my kids and my grandkids, be happy, enjoy daily life. My dreams are very humble.
I'm from Suriname, South America. My American dream is to take advantage of opportunities to excel at my talents.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Oh, there's Brad. Hello, Brad? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Did you miss yesterday's episode of the Brad and Squeeze show? It was incredible. We broke new ground because we had over 400 live viewers at the same time. And that meant that Vakisha Taylor got her phone topped off and everyone wants a mug. We also had wonderful questions asked by Najwa and London. Everybody needs to ask their social media questions like they do with proper information for Brad. And we had Tuan Labon. He talked about his family's immigration story from Vietnam and how he has dedicated his life to helping others. Brad, can you hear me? I wonder what this button does. Oh no! I'm in trouble. Don't worry, everybody. Brad's like Kenny in South Park. He'll be okay. And I'm not gonna get in too much trouble because I'm so cute.
Like Kenny, I think they're gonna blow me up every day now. I don't know, but I am alive and well. It is Friday evening. This is Brad Son Squeeze today. And we're gonna, whoever is here, gonna take you for the next 2 hours, answering your immigration questions, meeting people with really interesting backgrounds, and talking about their American dreams, as well as trying to help as many people as we can here on the Brad Son Squeeze Show today. By the way, congratulations to Vakisha Taylor. She got her phone tapped off. All she had to do was convince 400 people at once to watch us, which she did yesterday. She should be very happy. It was so much easier to get her phone tapped off was so much easier than winning HQ. She didn't have to answer any questions. All she had to do was, hey, share this with your friends and family. I wonder who is going to be next. Who is going to have their phone tapped off next? We'll find out. We got to see who's going to be yelling the most on Facebook, who's going to be cajoling the most on Facebook, who's going to be sharing the most on Facebook to get us to 500 views. And when we get to 500 views, somebody will have their phone tapped off, whatever that means. Vakisha Taylor knows what that means. We took care of her phone today. So the telephone number to call to get on our show is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We got one person on hold right now, Rosa. Rosa from Kearney, New Jersey. We're going to get to you in about 5 minutes. She's been on for 10 minutes. She's been on hold before our show even started. She must have a big immigration issue. So we're going to get to Rosa in a few minutes. But please, everybody, right now, I know you've seen this video many, many times. We're going to have to show it again till we hit 500 views. And then Belgium Kim, social media guru Kim, is going to let me know who is the next person to get their phone tapped off. Here it is. This is how you share, everybody. You take out your thumb, you take out your finger, you press some buttons, and you put it on to this feed. You put it on to your friend's timeline. You put it on your timeline. You send it to somebody's message. The more sharing, the more cajoling you get people so we can get to 500 consecutive views. That is our goal. And the next person who does that, who is the best Brad Squad Team Squeeze member to do that, will have their phone tapped off too. Will it be Tamika? I don't know. Will it be Jeff? I don't know. It could be lots of people. Carol Anderson the Tiger. It could be Candy Anderson. It could be Wendy Brown. It could be Malaya Loban Martin. Vakisha Taylor, sorry, you can't win twice. It could be Lisa Bling Rose, Danichelle Perry, Barbara Lord. I'm going on and on. Patrona Collins. It could be 100 different people. All you got to do is please share this, please. And the telephone number to call right now to get your immigration issues resolved is 1-800-529-5465. The other thing, after we're done through our call segment, we're going to get to Belgium Kim, our social media guru. We're going to be answering your immigration questions on Facebook. And when we answer your immigration questions on Facebook, I'm praying, people, because I want to help you. So I prayed before, not really prayed, but I'm asking you. Tell us your story. Write something more than, hey, how do I get a green card? Tell us where you're from. What's your issues? Give us your background. Give us some details so I can help you. It's very, very difficult to help you with clauses and one-sentence questions. So please give me as much details as you can, and then I can help you as best as I can. So we're going to get to Facebook. We're going to get to YouTube. We're going to get to our calls on our show, and the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. It's our last show of the week. And if you call right now, I don't know what happened to the person who had their burning question. They hung up. But Drissa from Baltimore has been waiting also. So we're going to get to that in a minute. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our phones to heat up so we can get through our immigration questions, I don't know if anybody saw that Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un made an appearance at the Winter Olympics opening ceremonies last night. It was a big deal. There they are. But actually, it is two actors, an American actor and an Australian actor, who were walking around the stadium, and people were absolutely going crazy, and they were saying, "Oh my God, Trump and Kim Jong-un is here." But then when you got closer, actually that guy actually looks like Kim Jong-un a little bit, but I don't know if that other guy looks like Trump. But people were fooled, and they were going crazy. "Oh my God, look, they're walking around the stadium." But it turns out they were impersonators, and they just wanted some publicity, which we're giving them right now. We're giving them some free publicity. And then they got booted out of the stadium. So unfortunately, Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump did not make peace. In actually good news, actually, non-funny good news. I'm sure you've heard us talk about a whole bunch of times. Ravi Ragbir, he's the immigration activist with Jean Monteville. They were both been ordered deported from years ago. And immigration was not acting on their deportation. And recently they got picked up, both of them, on their way to work. We had even Jean Monteville's family on our show a couple of weeks ago. He actually got deported to Haiti. There's been a lot of activism for these two gentlemen, plus others as well. They're very sympathetic figures. And Ravi, who is from Trinidad, was set to be deported, but ultimately, because of all of the publicity surrounding and the protests and everything, ICE had second thoughts and decided to release him. And so he is now out and living back with his family. And he has just announced, Ravi Ragbir, so we like to follow him, that he is filing a lawsuit in Manhattan Federal Court against ICE, Homeland Security, the Department of Justice, and Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who looks a little bit like the groundhog, now that I think about it. Same years. And he filed a lawsuit to permanently stop officials from trying to deport him. So we'll see what happens with that. On some other pleasant news, I saw in the news today a guy from Montana. Now this is being a human being. Guy from Montana. He works at the Labor Department in Montana. The Labor Department in Montana. This is him. What's his name? Jordan Dreidel Roberts. He's a hero. I wish maybe we should get him on our show. He's a hero. We're working on it, Jill says. We're working on it. So maybe he's watching, okay? This guy's a hero. You want to know why? You know what he did? He's an American citizen, okay? He has nothing to do with immigration. He's an American citizen. For all intents and purposes, for all we know, his parents came on the Mayflower 300 years ago. We have no idea. But he's been generation after generation American citizen. He works at the Labor Department in Montana. The Labor Department in Montana is working with ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to identify people who are out of status and working out of status in the state of Montana to go arrest them and deport them. So when ICE came to the Labor Department in Montana, this guy, Jordan Dreidel Roberts, he was picked by the Secretary of Labor for the state of Montana to be the point man in the ICE investigations of people who may be working out of status in Montana. That ICE is literally hardworking people who are doing nothing wrong, trying to make a living, that ICE is literally going to drag them out of their workplace and just send them home. So he said, this is wrong. I'm not going to help. And what he did was, he made a post on Twitter that said, I would rather resign. I would rather lose my job. They tried to reassign him to somewhere else in the Labor Department. He says he doesn't want anything to do with this Labor Department. And he would rather resign and lose his job than help deport people who are doing nothing wrong other than trying to make a better life for themselves. He writes in his Twitter comment, it would have been my responsibility to prepare the information and hand them off to ICE. I refuse to aid in the breaking up of families. I refuse to just follow orders. This is not an easy decision, as it puts me in a delicate financial position. He continues because he has a child, so people started criticizing him. How could you do this to your child? You lost your job, and now all of a sudden, how are you going to put food on the plate for your child? Isn't that cruel to your child? And he responded on Twitter, people have asked why I'm doing this if I have a child. I'm doing this because I have a child. I want to be able to look my child in the eye. So congratulations. These are people who are doing single things in their life to make the world better. We're not going to drag people out of their work who've done absolutely nothing wrong. It's one thing if ICE is going to the jails and says to the jail warden, hey, give me your most terrible criminals, we want to deport them. Sure, no one could argue with that. But to go to the Labor Department and say, you know, some guy who's just trying to make a living, let's find out if he's legal or not. Let's drag him out of work and deport him. So bravo to let me make sure I get his name right, Jordan Dreidel Roberts. Bravo to him. He's our American Dream Hero of the Day. We're starting that today. American Dream Hero of the Day, Jordan Dreidel Roberts out in Montana. On the, you know, because Squeeze always says that I like to talk about sex, I read about this too. Richard Pryor's daughter, Rain Pryor. You know who Richard Pryor is. He was, you know, the comedian from the 1970s. And that's Rain, his daughter. And Richard Pryor, he was accused by Quincy Jones, who is the famous movie producer, the same Quincy Jones who claims that that he dated Ivanka Trump 15 years ago. But Quincy Jones is now claiming that Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando, there they are, had a sexual relationship for years and that they were, in fact, gay lovers. So Rain, I can't blame her. The man's dead. I don't know how long Richard Pryor's dead, but he must be dead 10, 15 years already, maybe longer. One of my favorite movies of all time. We went out with the Brad and Squeeze Show team last night for dinner, and the whole entire dinner we were talking about old movies we liked. One movie I forgot to mention, which was a great, great, great movie with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. Does anybody know that movie in the booth? Does anybody know? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone know that movie? Silver Streak? No, not Blazing Saddles. Richard Pryor was not in Blazing Saddles. Silver Streak with the runaway train. And Richard Pryor has to teach Gene Wilder, who's the white guy, how to walk with more a little bit soul. And one of the great scenes in 1970s comedy. So he passed away, and now Quincy Jones is dragging this guy through the mud 15, who knows? He's dead 15, 20 years. Why drag him through the mud? He's a hero. He's a comedic hero. And Richard Pryor was in Blazing Saddles? I don't remember that. It was Cleavon Little was the sheriff. Jill tells me Richard Pryor was in Blazing Saddles. I think it was Cleavon Little. I'm very good with movie trivia. It was Cleavon Little. Go check it out. But Richard Pryor's daughter, Rain, says, quote, Daddy did not have relations with Brando. There were no trips to his South Pacific oasis, no flowers or love notes between them, not even a film role. Why this sudden need to drag Daddy through the Hollywood mud? I find it tasteless and infuriating. My dad was very open with his life, so much so that news of his relationships in the 70s and 80s were not really newsworthy. She adds of Jones and Lee, Quincy was once a brilliant music producer who is now losing his mind and decided to garner publicity for himself with a sensationalized interview. He spewed out a lie about my father, who's not here to defend himself. Then on top of it all, my dad's so-called widow validated it because she needs to keep legitimizing herself and tarnish our dad even after he's dead. She hated Quincy and she hated Dad. So there you have it from Rain Pryor, Quincy Jones dragging a comedy genius who is dead 15, I don't know when he died, but at least 15, 20 years ago. Why drag this man through the mud? Let's all remember him as a comedy genius because he brought a lot of joy. There's no reason to drag him through the mud. What else is happening here? You want to go? Should we? There's a lot more news, but we have some people on hold already. I think we want to get to some immigration calls. We have Anna Ascona coming up later. We got Belgium Kim coming up later. Jeff Bossi, you should be happy. Anna's coming up later. Are you listening, Jeff? He always goes crazy when Anna comes on. All right, so let's go to our telephone lines. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. We have Rosa from Kearney, New Jersey. Rosa.
Yes, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Brett. Good. Thank you for the show. I found out about your show 3 days ago, and I've been listening nonstop.
Oh, fantastic. Please spread the word. Please spread the word because yesterday we had 420 views at one time. We want to try to get to 500. Now on Fridays it's hard because what I understand is people like to go to the malls, they like to go to the movies, they like to go out with their family. So Friday's always the lowest viewership, so it's always the easiest to get your questions in. But let's see how high we can get it today.
Okay, I'm going to give you I'm going to try to be short, a short feedback. So I came to this country in 2011 with a visitor visa.
Right.
I changed it into a student F1 status. I've been here for 7 years, so I have had my student visa, let's say, for 6.5 years. I've never been illegal, no crimes. I've always been going to school. On December 22nd, I got married, and I haven't filed my papers yet.
Okay.
But my main concern is, in 2015, I worked 20 hours as a student. I couldn't be working, and I started paying taxes. And in 2016, January 2016 until January 2017, I was given an OPT to work.
Right.
So I worked and I paid taxes.
Right.
However, the company that I was working with asked me to, let's say, to stay. So I stopped. I should have stopped working in January, but I continued until June 2017. In July 2017, I moved companies, and then I got a CPT from my school, which allowed me to work from July 2017 until December 2017, when the school year was over. My question is, I'm filing for my green card now through my husband, who's an American citizen. He was born here, real marriage, all that. Is there any problems that should I put that I worked in 2015 and paid taxes? And is there going to be a problem because I worked over the period that I was allowed?
All right, so your concern, okay, and thank you for your question, and your concern is basically, you are here on a student visa. You're allowed to work 20 hours a week on campus in school. You may have done more than that. You were allowed to work through your OPT. You may have surpassed working on your OPT. Then you got another practical training, and then you surpassed working on that as well. You have a concern now that you're married to an American citizen, and some of your work here in the United States was legal, and some of it was not legal, but you've paid taxes on all of this. So,
yes.
So that's basically your gist, and you're now very worried. What should you put? Okay. Rule number one, always tell the truth. Because if you're ever caught in a lie with immigration, now you got a big problem, because now you have a misrepresentation. The good news is when you are married to a U.S. citizen and you are applying for adjustment of status here in the United States, there is no bar to getting a green card because you worked out of status or you worked without permission. So there is no law that says, this is marriage to a citizen. There's, different things or different applications or different laws. But marriage to a citizen, it is not a bar. There is no reason to deny you if you worked out of status or you worked beyond your work authorization. So by all means, you tell the truth 100%. The only way you would ever get denied is if you lie and they catch you lying about work.
No.
And you should never have lied, because the fact is, if you tell the truth, you're entitled to the green card.
Yeah. And, okay, so is that any problem if I continue working right now, or should I stop?
Work and pay your taxes. The only problem with you working is on your employer's side, not your side. Okay? And because they're hiring somebody in violation of their visa status. Now, when your husband files for you, you're going to get a work permit in 90 days anyway. Okay? So work, it's fine, because it's not your problem, it's the employer's problem.
And how long, the last question, I married on December 2017, on the 22nd. How long do I have to, because I'm not going to school, so I'm out of status. How long is there like a limit, or is that a violation of
there's no limit, but why would you want to be out of status longer than you need to? So my advice would be, you're married, file the papers next week, go file your adjustment. And you're in Kearny, New Jersey. I mean, we're path train across the river here. So if you need our help, come let us help you, so there's no problem. All right?
Okay.
So where are you from, Rosa, by the way?
I am from Brazil.
From Brazil. Okay. All right, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
You helped a lot.
Thanks for watching, and tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friends to watch us.
Okay?
I have.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Rosa from Brazil, our first call. And now we have Drissa from Baltimore, Maryland. Drissa.
Hi, Brett.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Before I start, I want to say thank you for the show. I am a silent listener to the show. Your show really help a lot.
Thank you.
I've been listening to your show like since a month now. I'll be telling friends.
Thank
I'll
you.
be helping people with.
Thank
I'm
you.
listening to your show and I'll be getting some advice to help people too.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all your kind words. What can I do to
now
help
my
you today?
question. Yeah. I came in this country in 2014 with the F1 visa.
Right.
I got married to my loved one in 2015. And I filed for my additional study on 2016.
Okay.
I got my working permit, the combo card.
Okay.
And we went to interview on July 2017.
Got it. So far, so good. What's the question?
Yeah, but since then, we haven't heard nothing from immigration.
Right.
It's been like
this is down in Maryland where you're in Baltimore? Is that where you are?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Okay. All right. So, you're where are you from, Drissa? Where are you originally from?
Burkina Faso, West Africa.
Oh, so you're from West Africa. Okay. So you came here on an F1, which is a student visa, and you got married to a U.S. citizen, and she put in an adjustment application for you. You got this combo card, which is the work permission and the travel permission. So now you're legal in the United States. You go for your interview to prove that it's a bona fide marriage. You went over the summer and you haven't heard anything. So now let me ask you a question. What happened at the interview?
The interview, they set us together. Everything went pretty good. That's how we met. My wife's name, my parents' name, her parents' name, and that's it. They didn't go like it was just couple caution. It wasn't tough like that.
Okay. And they just said nothing to you after?
No, they say I will hear from them in a couple of weeks if they need something or something that
it's one of four. Okay. Either one, you have a lazy officer and they never looked at your file again. It's possible. It really happens.
Sure, I do.
It really happens. Okay. Number two,
I keep calling him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I keep calling him to tell him why. They say, okay, next time. When I call it next week again, I ask, did you try to see what's going on with my case? He said, no, I got you next week. I keep doing that, so there's nothing I can do. Now I'm trying to see what.
So I'm going to give you the four possibilities, and then I'll tell you what I can do to help you, okay? All right. Well, number one, you just have a lazy officer who's just never made a decision, okay? Number two, it's possible that your background checks were never completed. So because your background checks were never completed, they can't complete your case. It's possible. I don't know. The third possibility is they don't believe this is a real marriage. For some reason, they think this is a business marriage, that you married this lady for something other than love. And now maybe either he has to write a long, detailed letter to you explaining to you why, and then it's called a notice of intent to deny, and he's going to give you 30 days to rebut whatever issues he thinks he has with you. It's also possible they're doing an investigation and they're knocking on your neighbor's doors and they say, you know this guy Drissa, who does he live with, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Or the fourth thing is that there's something missing in your file and the officer saw it and is not doing anything about it and is completing other cases. It's one of those four, okay? So it's either lazy and he should approve you and just never did. They don't believe it's a real marriage. Maybe they're investigating you. Maybe your fingerprints didn't clear. Your background check didn't clear. Maybe you're missing something in your file and he put it aside and forgot about it. It's one of those four. I don't know. So what we do is, like you're calling him every week, that's what we would do. We would call him every week. We would harass him. We're now Drissa's attorney. Believe it or not, I can get very annoying very fast. So,
very
yeah. So
now I'm thinking like it is any possibility to see the congressman or some people be saying you
can go to your congressman too. You can go to your congressman too. I think the first step would be, if you want, is to have a consultation with us and let us see if we can harass this guy into a decision. Okay. What I can't do, because you've already gone through this all, What we're not going to be able to do is like say, oh, yes, we're going to get a case approved that should be denied or vice versa. What we're going to do is we're going to push this guy for a decision, and then we'll take it from there. Okay? So let's hold on one second. All right. 1-800-529-5465. We are at 160 views, ladies and gentlemen. 160. We need to start sharing. Sharing is caring. Let's get at least, we were at 420. Let's get at least, what's the number we should shoot for today? Yes. And by the way, Jealous Shauna, yes, Vikisha did get her phone topped off. Okay? Vikisha did. Okay? Jealous Shauna's going, Vikisha, did you get your phone top up? Or top off? Whatever it is. The answer is yes, she did. Yeah, we stand by. Okay? So right now, everybody, please share. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your loved ones, share with people you may know from high school that you haven't spoken to in 30 years. Whatever it is, just share, share, share. Sharing is caring. And we just showed you how to do it, please. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Karen in Long Beach, New Jersey. Karen.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, what's up?
Okay, I went on an interview. It's a marriage-based interview, and when I entered the building and we went into the office.
Is this in Newark? Is this in Newark?
Yes.
Okay.
No, in
Cherry, you're on the other side of, you went to it's not Cherry Hill, New Jersey, wherever they send you on the other side.
Yeah.
Of New Jersey. Right, okay.
So the representative that I had, when we went in, they asked him for his ID and number. He couldn't present it, so another officer came in and they were conversing while my husband and I was in there, and then
Who's the
I only
citizen?
saw. Pardon?
Who's the citizen? You or your husband?
My husband.
Okay. And where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
You're from Jamaica. Okay. So your husband didn't bring any identification with him?
No, not him. The representative that we had.
Oh, the lawyer.
Yes, he didn't have a lawyer ID or anything to state, and he did the form.
Is he a lawyer?
No, he's not.
Okay, so then he's not allowed in the interview.
Okay, and
so
they did escort.
They escort him out because the only people who can go on the interview are licensed attorneys or the two of you. You can bring a licensed attorney. That's the only people who can be allowed in. You can't bring some guy and say he's my representative in, or I'd like Grandma to come into the interview and Grandma's going to talk for me. No, it doesn't work like that. It's either the two of you or the two of you and an attorney. That's it.
But he has done other cases, so that's why.
Well, then he's been lying to immigration, saying he's a lawyer when he wasn't, and now immigration finally, you can walk in and, look all kind of dapper and like, yes, I'm their attorney. And a lot of times the officer doesn't ask. So people are practicing law legally. This guy's practicing law legally.
So what happened, we did the interview, and then like 2 days afterwards, I saw where the case was denied. So I'm wondering if that would be a reason.
It's very possible. I don't know. But it's very possible that they think this guy was bringing in a lot of fraudulent marriages in the past. So now they sized you up and said it's a fraudulent. I don't know. I don't know what this, but certainly that guy certainly didn't help you. That's for sure. All right.
No.
So hold on one second. I think you need to come in, make an appointment. We're not too far from you in New Jersey, and let's go through everything. You're in a real marriage with this man?
Yes.
Then we got to prove it. All right. So hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Marcia in the Bronx. Marcia.
Yes, hi, Mr. Bradstein. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. Listen, you did my son case a while back ago. He get his green card.
Right.
But Sunday I was at home, and when I look, I asked him to bring the green card and let me see, and it's going to be expired in May of this year.
So it's his 10-year card or his 2-year card?
10.
Okay. How old is he?
A is 32, 34. He's going to be 34 tomorrow.
Okay. So you want to know what? Should he do his citizenship?
Yes, because it's going to be expiring in May.
Does he need to travel?
No, not now.
Okay. Does he need to prove he's legal to get a job or anything? He's got his job and everything?
No, he's a nurse. He's working.
Okay, fine. Let him do his citizenship.
Okay, so because I thought it would be, some time before.
Yeah, but they're gonna. He's fine. He's still a lawful resident after May, as long as the citizenship is pending. He's fine.
Okay, so I can do the form now.
Do the form right now. Correct.
Okay, thanks ever so much. Yeah,
Best of luck. Hold on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Please share this with your friends and family. Please let everybody know that I'm here to help you with your immigration questions. So, any event, before we get to Belgium, Kim, who's going to be helping me in our rapid fire round, Anna Ascona, probably Jeff is her #1 fan. Maybe not, but I believe so. She's our field correspondent down in Miami, Florida. And she spoke to a filmmaker by the name of Priscilla Rojas about her immigration story from Venezuela to the United States and how she is pursuing her American dream. Let's check down with Anna and Priscilla and see what's going on.
Hey friends from the Brad and Squeeze Show, I'm Anna Ascona. Today we'll be talking to film producer Priscilla Rojas. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Anna, for inviting me to your show. I'm pretty happy to be here.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
I'm from Venezuela, and there I studied for 5 years journalism. And when I did it, I started to get more influence in the film. I started to apply for a university that is in Orlando, that is called Full Sail University. They pretty much do everything. Obviously, I have to take the visa first so they can approve it. So they send you all the documentation that you need, everything that you should be prepared for that moment. They asked me for, obviously, if I have the money to maintain here, to stay here. And they also asked me if I will study, where I'm going to go, who's my sponsor in that moment. Before coming here, I did a short film that won a lot of awards in Venezuela.
And before you came to the States, you mentioned you were working in Venezuela. Was it difficult to capture the current situation in Venezuela while you were over there? Did you guys feel fear?
Well, in that moment, when I decided to come to the USA, I didn't think about the problems that we were facing in my country. For that moment, it was yeah, we have problems, but not as right now. So pretty much I was okay, let's do it right now. I want to come back after I studied. And that doesn't happen because when I end with my master in film production, I told my mom I want to stay. So she told me, okay, we have to figure out how to stay because you have to start a visa process too. So we start to figure it out. I have a whole year that I can work here with the OPT after you graduate.
What's an OPT?
OPT is for example, you have the permission from the government, from the US government to work in the field that you obviously did or you study. So I worked for a year in a TV channel that is here in Miami. Then I started to do a film festival that we still have, that is called Miami Fear Fest. Obviously, you have to maintain that you are doing something here. If not, you have to go too.
If I'm not mistaken, your family's in Venezuela. How is it difficult for you to be separated from them? I know you have your sister here, but what's it like being, far away from them?
Well, yes, it is difficult because obviously you want to be with your family. And obviously my mom is that type of mom that obviously is with you and everything. And she was the one who told me, go, go, go. If you want to do something more, you will not do it here, she told me. So pretty much I pay attention to her and did that, and now I have to appreciate that because thanks to her, I did a lot of things that I never thought I would do.
Well, this is the country with the many opportunities, but thank you so much for joining us, Priscilla. Can you give a shout out to the Brad and Squeeze Show?
Yeah, well, I have to say hi to everyone, the people that watch this TV show. I'm really honored to be here, and I hope that everyone chase their dreams, and no matter what, you have to keep pushing yourself.
All right, Anna and Priscilla. And Anna, as they were saying in the booth back there, rocking the skirt there. Jeff had to pull over, I see on Facebook. We didn't want him to get into an accident and have to call the caged animal, Moshe Baruch. Telephone number to call right now, 1-800-529-5465. We have, I want you to know, there seems to be a lot of people asking whether or not Vikisha got her phone topped off. I think that was the term everybody was used. And the answer is yes, she did. She did get her phone topped off. She was the one leading the charge to 420 views. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that today. It's a Friday, though. Everybody's in the mall. But we have all the way, ladies and gentlemen, all the way, not the groundhog. You thought the groundhog was going to come on. Nope. All the way from Kingston, Jamaica, Vikisha with her topped off phone. You can call us now. How are you? Vikisha. Hello.
Hi, Brad. Hello.
Hello. So, was your phone topped off? Was your phone topped off or not?
Oh my God, yes, Brad, yes. I've received that message.
Yes.
You guys stood to your promise.
That's right.
Oh my God,
That's
yeah.
right. We stick to our promise, Vikisha. You think I'm going to go tell somebody we're going to do it and then get lambasted the next day? No way. I'm not going to do that, right?
Okay, but guess what happened, Brad?
What?
You're in big trouble.
Uh-oh. What'd I do?
Yeah?
What'd I do?
Guess what happened?
What?
Cock must kill cock. You ever hear of that saying before?
Who? What?
Guess what happened? You owe me a phone.
I owe you a phone? Why do I owe you a phone?
Yes, you owe me a phone. Brad, the viewers were supposed to give me the credit, and then you were like, oh, Vakisha's supposed to get a phone.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Stop the presses. I got to go back. I'm going to go back this weekend and see exactly what I said. All right? I believe I said I was going to top the phone off, which is what I think I said I was going to top it off.
I appreciate the credit.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're able to call.
But I appreciate the credit.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And thanks for watching and thanks for sharing. And you see here at the Brad and Squeeze Show, we do what we say we're going to do. I'm going to go back actually and listen to what I said yesterday. And if I blurted out something I shouldn't have, we will honor that as well too. Okay? I'm going to go back and listen.
Okay.
All right, Vikisha? All right. Thanks for calling.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for calling all the way from Kingston. You have an immigration question? You're just calling to laugh and...
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Enjoy the nice weather down there. All right, Vikisha with her topped off telephone. And where is Kimmy Kim? Kimmy Kim. Social media Kim, Belgium Kim. There you are. So everybody thought I was going to just blow Vikisha off, not top off the phone. Kimmy Kim came to me this morning and she goes, I got to call Vikisha. What should I do? And I said, well, did we say we're going to top off her phone? And Kimmy Kim said yes. So I said, then top it off, Kim. Top it off. And I handed her the Amex card, and she went to top it off, right?
Also, the viewers are telling us apparently the term is top up, not top off.
Well,
however,
well, you know what? In my generation, it was top off, okay? But top it up. All right, sorry. Top it up. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying sometimes. Top it up. All right, got it. All right, so what do we got? Everyone's laughing at me. Top off. It's top up. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you something. You know, it's not easy to talk for 2 straight hours and watch all the comments going by. So I'm seeing them out of the corner of my eye. So sometimes I see top up, top off. I don't know what the hell they're saying sometimes because I can't read. I don't have time to read the whole thing. So give me a break sometimes. But I did think it was top off, not top up. So, I was thinking like it was like a beer keg. Like sometimes when you have the beer keg, somebody would say, top it off. Yeah, that's what I thought they were saying, but maybe I guess I'm wrong. Top it up.
And it would be
top it up.
Would be used in the same context.
Top it up. Top it up. I got it. Let's go. All right, social media. Let's go. What do we got?
Okay. Donna says, after waiting the 90 days to get married, can you put in your paperwork to file for your spouse the next day? I thought you had to wait a couple months.
No. It's the 90 days from your entry. You can file the next day.
Beverly says, how long does it take when a mother files for her child over 21 to come through?
7-8 years, assuming she's single and the mother's a citizen. Stop a second.
Lorraine.
Stop a second. I just want to make sure that everybody follows what they're supposed to do. Okay, number one, they got to share. Okay, we are in the social media section now. Okay, this is where we are answering your immigration questions that you leave on Facebook and YouTube. So please share. Number two. You ready for number two?
Number two.
Leave a long question so we know how to answer it. Don't give vague questions. Spend the time for a minute or two writing out a detailed question so that way I can answer it in a more detailed rather than go, I don't know. Right?
Right. How do I get a green card? Not a detailed question.
It's not a detailed question, correct. All right.
Okay, we've got Lorraine who wants to know, I filed for my 2 kids in Jamaica. They're adults by the time that they got through. Are their children going to get through with them? I put their kids' names on the paper,
if they're under 21, yes. If they're over 21, no.
So if Lorraine's grandchildren are under 21.
Correct.
Got it. We've got Cassie who says, what's the difference between deportation and a refused entry?
Well, deportation is, there is no such thing actually as deportation anymore. It's a term that people use, but under the law it's called removal. Okay, so since they changed the rules in 1996, they've called deportation removal, although in popular culture they keep using the word deportation, but it's actually removal. Refused entry is removal at a border. So in other words, you're found inadmissible to the United States, you refused entry, and you are quote-unquote deported at the border, but you're basically removed at the border. Versus a removal from the interior is you have been allowed into the United States of America, or you snuck into the United States of America, you are now physically here, and now they are going to actually remove you or deport you. So it's just, refusal of entry is a deportation at the airport for all intents and purposes.
So really semantics. It doesn't.
Well, it puts you in a different position.
It does.
Yeah, legally you're in a different position. If you're getting deported at the airport, then you're getting deported here from the interior of the United States because you have made an entry into the United States. The Constitution applies more to you after you are in the United States. Refusal at the airport, you have no right to speak to Brad Bernstein, the lawyer. You're at the airport in a holding cell. They're deporting you. You don't have a right to speak to anybody. There's no Constitution there until they let you in.
Wow. Right.
That's why people are so scared. That's why people are so scared to travel, because there's no rights.
Right, which is fair. Exactly. Right. You end up kind of being in a no man's land.
Correct.
Wow. Oh, that's terrifying. Mm-hmm. Becky says, can immigration deport a person who's in the process of getting their residency after they've already received their work permit, their social security number, and a pardon for illegal entry? They just need one more appointment to go get their green card. Can they be deported?
You can always be deported until the day you become a citizen. I never heard of pardon for illegal entry. Pardon is from a criminal perspective. Mm-hmm. Waiver is from an immigration perspective. So we would need to know a lot more. But the general answer is yes, you can be deported up to the day you become a citizen. So, I don't know what you're doing.
Mikhail says, my mom's a U.S. citizen. I'm married and I'm in Jamaica, but my mom wants to file for me. How long is it going to take for me to get through? And is it best for me to come in the States before she starts the filing?
No. Your mom's a U.S. citizen. She's going to file for you. You're going to be put on a waiting list for years and years and years. Stay right where you are.
We've got Dorothy who says, how much does it cost to file for your citizenship, and about how long would you say the process is?
$725, 9 months.
This is one of those names I'm going to butcher. Mary Bakar would like to know, if you file for your fiance who's in London, how long is that going to take?
On a fiance visa, a little under a year. 9, 10, 11 months, somewhere in there.
Ava wonders, how long after you do the interview should you expect to hear from someone?
Okay, Ava, perfect example of you need to give them
not
enough information. Okay, hear from someone where? Who are you going to hear from? Hear from the milkman? Hear from the officer who interviewed you? What were you interviewed for?
All fair questions.
There is no milkman anymore.
That's not, yeah, well, surely there's like a hipster milkman service, you know what I mean? That like, there's gotta be, but now it's like.
It seems like it's a great service because you always want to have cereal for breakfast and you just never milk in the refrigerator, at least from a single man's perspective.
I was just about to say, you have Entenmann donuts in your fridge, but no milk.
From a single man's perspective, I wake up every morning and I'm looking at my cupboard and I'm like, oh, I got cereal for breakfast, no milk. I wish there was a milkman. I mean, that's, So then I end up going to Starbucks and getting a coffee instead.
I think it's time to start a petition, Brad.
Yes.
I think it calls for a petition.
Yes. All right, let's continue.
Carol. Mm-hmm. Carol says, my friend's mom is a citizen, and she filed for the friend about 5 years ago. Right. The friend had come up without inspection 30 years ago, was married, but her husband never showed up to an interview in 2001, and then she never followed up with the immigration process afterwards. Then she got caught shoplifting about 8 years ago.
Right.
Now her mom has started the filing, and is starting the filing of her I-485. The mom also has another child who is over 25. What is the best option for her to gain legal status?
All right, the mom can't start an I-485. The mom has to file an I-130. She has to be put on a waiting list for a very long time. And then maybe she can do a 485, which is the adjustment once her priority date is reached, assuming we can grandfather her in from a case that was filed back in 2000 that she had, because she entered without inspection, right? So she entered EWI, which means that you have to pay a penalty fee to get your green card here. To pay the penalty fee to get your green card here, you have to show you have a bona fide application filed before April 30th, 2001. She had an application filed. We don't know yet whether it's bona fide or not. She showed up to an interview, her husband didn't show up. That was back in 2000. If we can show that was a semblance of a real marriage, then the mother can file an I-130 now. She gets put on a waiting list for years and years and years, and eventually she uses the old filing to grandfather her in and pay the penalty fee. Now the $1 million question is, $2 million questions is are they even going to allow family sponsorship in the future? I would say yes. I don't think there's going to be any immigration law changes, but that's my 2 cents. The second thing is, what is this? Shoplifting. We just can't ignore shoplifting.
Right.
We need to see this. We'll see if you're eligible for a green card.
That's a major wrench in the system.
There's a wrench in the seasoning, correct.
Yes.
You have a wrench in the seasoning, you're not eating good seasoning.
You're not eating
whatever that is.
We're
putting automotive tools in
food. It's not working.
Doesn't work.
We just mixed like 8 different references.
Exactly.
Jay Carter says, my wife is going to Jamaica in June, and then she's coming back up still in June later that month to file, and then we're going to file for her citizenship in July. Is there going to be any kind of problem with that timeline?
If she has a green card, it's not a problem, assuming she qualifies. If you mean by citizenship, I want to file for her green card and she has nothing and she's visiting on a visitor's visa, that's a huge freaking problem. You can't do that. So I just want to make sure we're talking when you say citizenship, she already has a green card.
Princess says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
And the only reason I say that is because he said, I'm sorry, I just thought of this just now.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. The only reason I said it is he said, we are filing for her citizenship. What does that mean, we are filing? We don't file for citizenship. She files for citizenship. I file for her green card. She files for her citizenship. So I didn't know what the we meant in there. You understand?
Full disclosure, I actually added the we. He said, then file for her citizenship.
Okay, say the question as is. So
as my wife is going to Jamaica in June,
right,
then come back.
We're moving on to the next one. I'm just saying generally instructions. All right,
gotcha.
Let's go.
Princess says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I really, really want to use you for my case, which will include myself and my 2 kids. But I'm really worried that a good lawyer is going to cost me a lot. What is your reason? And what is your advice with that?
My advice with that is twofold. Number one, specifically for my office, we have payment plans. So, and all our payment plans are generally around a couple $100 a month, and most people can afford to pay it. Okay. Number two, this is your life. You file in the United States of Donald Trump. Okay. When you file in the United States of Donald Trump, you're either getting a green card or most likely getting deported. If you want to make this place your life, you give yourself the best opportunity. You find the best professional that you think I'm the best professional, you hire me. You find a different best professional, you hire them. Whatever floats your boat. You find the best professional to go and make sure that you get to live in America for the rest of your life. The last thing you want to do is be like the woman who called originally who said, I thought the guy was a lawyer. It turns out he wasn't a lawyer. They didn't let him in, and then they denied me 2 days later. You don't want that to happen. Okay? Yeah. So you go with somebody the best professional. How you determine the best professional is, one, do you feel comfortable with them? Do they lower your anxiety, not raise your anxiety? Because you got to feel comfortable with them. Number two, have they done this time and time and time and time again? Okay? You don't want to be with novices. You don't want to be with somebody who goes, well, my third case. Okay? So they got to make you comfortable. You got to feel. They got to make you feel good, because if you don't feel good, you're going to be a nervous wreck for 9 months. It ain't worth it.
Absolutely.
Okay? And number two, you got to make sure that they do this time and time again. They can do this blindfolded. All right?
Felicia asks, my friend is married to a vet in the Army. He is now retired, but she's in the country illegally. Is she going to be able to get her green card in this country, or is she going to have to return home to get it?
She can get it in her country. If she came here on a visa, whether the guy's a vet or not, doesn't really matter, because she's eligible to adjust. He's a citizen. If she entered without inspection because he's retired from the military, I assume he got honorably discharged, she can file for something called parole in place. We had a question the other day. I got PIP. Okay, it's parole in place. And the parole in place allows you to adjust your status. So one way or the other, she should be okay.
We've got Andre, who did a fantastic job with a detailed question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Fantastic job. Andre says, my sister petitioned for me, and the priority date was September 25th of 2006. I got the notice date of approval in 2010. I've got the I-797 notice of action as well.
This is way too much information. I'm only kidding. What are you're fogging my mind out with that? I'm only kidding. Go ahead. All right, so the sister filed in 2006. I was just dying to do that for the next person who did it. 2006 they filed. 2010 approved. The sister filed. Where's Andre now?
So Andre is now a dad. That was the big change in Andre's life. Andre's son wasn't born at the time, but he was born in 2008. He asked NVC online, and they advised that he should just send a copy of his son's notarized birth certificate and his passport. I sent that, and then I sent that shortly after. However, ever since, I have received no response from NVC of any kind, and neither has my sister as the petitioner.
Okay, so you can't just randomly send a birth certificate. So you have to give as long as you sent a copy of the birth certificate and your case number. You have to put your case number on the letter. So if you just send a birth certificate, they don't know who it's coming from, even if you put your name and address, because everything goes by case number there. So if you sent it with a letter that says, here's my case number, please include my child, they should have sent you back a notice saying they received it. The fact that you didn't get the notice back would lead me to believe that you didn't put your case number on the letter. So please put your case number on the letter. If you did and you still haven't heard, then call me, and I'll make sure it's done.
Rebecca has a fantastic comment that I have to read.
Who is Rebecca?
She says, Rebecca Corey. She says, you are so very loyal. Everything that you're saying is truth, because I just finished with my citizenship and I'm happy, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing for everyone else. And the fact that you are giving away this free information, God will bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. By the way, I was speaking to somebody earlier today, I guess he was a friend. So he says, he says, Brad, are there any other lawyers in the United States of America who do this. They go online and they built this television studio and go online and give free legal advice for 2 hours. He goes, I'm not sure if you are a genius or you are a lunatic, crazy person who goes and gives their time for 2 hours like this. And Bill, he goes, I don't know if you're crazy or a genius, or maybe you're a little bit of both. And I go, I guess maybe I'm a little bit of both. I don't know.
You're a crazy genius.
I'm a crazy genius, right? You know, I'm like that professor in Back to the Future. You know, he's like, oh, you know, what's his name?
Doc Brown.
What? Doc Brown. Doc Brown except I don't have the gray hair because I lost the hair, and I can't go back in time. All right. So what else we got? That's it.
No, we have more.
Okay, let's go.
You know me. I can.
Let's keep going.
Sweet. Destiny says, I'm asking for a friend. Her mom is filing for her. She has 2 minor kids. However, the mom went ahead and filed 2 separate I-130 forms for their kids. But they denied the kids' applications, saying that a grandmother can't file for her grandkids, which we already knew.
Right.
But her mom was just paying the fees for the kids. What can the mom do now? Documents were filed in September of 2016.
What do you mean the mom was just paying the fees for the kids? I don't understand the first part. Who's filing for who?
So a mother is filing for, a mom is filing for her adult daughter who has 2 minor children.
So what's the problem?
And so, well, she filed, the mom, so the grandmother of the 2 minor children, filed separate I-130s for the kids.
Okay,
and
all right, so that's the problem. You file one I-130. You include the children's names on the application. They're included in the case. So when you filed for your daughter, the grandkids were included. So you don't need to file for the other 2.
Novalette says, I filed for my daughter in 2015. Do I have to become a citizen before she gets here? I'm currently waiting on my 10-year green card. So how long is it going to be for me to get her here?
About another 3 or 4 years. If you become a citizen, it'll go faster, but not that substantially faster. Okay. And by the way, Kim, we want to come back to you. Okay. We don't have any calls online at this moment. So I invite everybody to give us a call because I'll speak to you right now if you have a question. 1-800. We like to change it up a little bit here. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. I think everybody's got a little bit of the Friday blues or the Friday happiness. They don't want to sit home and watch immigration. They want to go and enjoy themselves. So call right now with your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. We're going to get back to social media, Kim, Belgium Kim, a little after 7 o'clock today to finish up our social media round. So please leave your questions as well. Please share with your friends and family. Let them know that I'm here for the next 45 minutes to answer your legal questions. So please share. Let's show how you share one more time. Sharing is caring. So you do whatever we show you right now on our screen. You press some buttons and you put it on people's timelines. And this is how you handle sharing is caring. So with that said, now that we've shared and everybody has shared, there is absolutely nobody who is going to get their phone topped up today. I can tell you that because we are not reaching our goal of 500. We haven't even reached 250. So nobody's getting their phone topped up right now. Nobody. Not Natalie Nichols, not Patrona Collins, not Jeff Bossi. Nobody. When I mean nobody, I mean nobody. We don't have enough people watching. So it's okay, though, because it's Friday. I knew this was going to happen. So any event, right now I want to get, we had David Moreno, who is one of our criminal defense attorneys. He does a fantastic job, and he came on our show recently to talk about DUIs. So let's watch David Moreno and DUIs. It's a very important thing. And then we're going to get straight back to our immigration questions on our show. So please call it 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We're going to come back and answer your immigration questions right after we speak with David Moreno about driving under the influence. All right, David Moreno, our criminal defense attorney, is ready.
And this segment is brought to you by USACreditRepairInc.com. All right.
It's also brought to you by our criminal defense department, Squeeze.
Yes, I was about to get to that. Okay, hence the criminal defense attorney, yes. David Moreno. How are you, man?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good afternoon. How's everyone?
Good afternoon.
All right, so David is fresh off a verdict in his favor in Nassau County for a DUI case.
Okay.
Last week.
Spoke about
They went
that.
to trial.
Yep.
And now he's here to talk a little bit generally about driving under the influence.
Right.
Nobody wants anyone to drive under the influence. Nobody shouldn't be drinking and driving, period.
Nope.
But God forbid you do get pulled over, you still have rights. Is that correct, Mr. Moreno?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we always hear, by the way, we always hear, I got a DUI, I got a DWI,
right.
And then there's another one,
DWAI.
DWAI.
Yeah.
What do all these things mean?
Sure. So this is basically, in specific to the context in New York, the laws in New Jersey are different. Maybe Jay Cudnut can share with you guys the laws in New Jersey, but in New York, when you're referring to a DUI, there is no per se vehicle and traffic law code that correlates with that. When somebody's saying a DUI, what they're usually referring to is driving while ability impaired, which is the violation. It's not a crime. Oftentimes, DWI cases are pled down to these. And
DWI is the more serious of the two.
Yeah, so DWI stands for driving while intoxicated, and then driving while ability impaired by alcohol, two totally different things. So with DWAI, what the people would have to prove if they were trying to show that you were ability impaired is that you were operating a motor vehicle and you were doing so while being impaired to any extent by alcohol.
Who are you texting, Squeeze, now? What are you doing? Okay, thank you. It should be two. Keep going, David. I apologize.
You want me to stop doing what I'm doing?
No.
Stop sharing?
No, keep sharing.
I want people to know David Moreno.
Yes, keep going, David. I apologize.
All right, and then driving while intoxicated, that is your basic misdemeanor charge where your blood alcohol content is over 0.008 or higher. And then there are several felony DWIs. There is the bump up DWI for having more than one within the last 10 years. And that also reaches out and includes driving while impaired, even though that's non-criminal. And then there's also driving while intoxicated aggravated, which is if you have more than 0.18 percentage of alcohol in your blood.
By the way, the telephone number to reach David Moreno is the same telephone number as our office. It's 1-800-529-5465. You should always have a good lawyer saved at your phone. 1-800-529-5465. You pick up the phone, you dial the number. The smartest thing in the world you can do is dial the number of a really good lawyer. This guy just took a case in Nassau County on a DWI and he beat it. Now, we're not condoning drinking and driving, but certainly, if God forbid you're in this situation, you want to have your rights protected. And here's a guy who's protecting people's rights every day. So please save the telephone number of a really good attorney. His telephone number is 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's 1-800-529-5465. And Squeeze would like to say something.
We had about 50 people who just logged off, and I'm being very straightforward here. What I was just typing on my computer when Brad was being nosy and asking me what I was doing, I was actually telling people that most of these people believe that they'll never ever have a run-in with the law. They just believe that nothing bad can ever happen to them. People believe that's possible. But I'm quite sure it's going to happen to you, someone you know. It's just when. And you don't have to be a bad person for things to happen to you where the law is concerned.
And by the way, I just have to tell everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Mm-hmm. And this is an attorney advertisement because we only have about 3 minutes left on WVIP. But David, let me ask you a question, okay? How many of our clients come to you and say, I didn't think I'd ever need an attorney. This is their first time they've ever got arrested.
Yep.
How many times is that?
I'd say 95% of them. 95% of them. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to get arrested today. No,
exactly.
No one. Even those who are actually doing nefarious things don't expect to need a lawyer.
People who get arrested are generally not career criminals.
Exactly.
People who get arrested are a lot of times in the wrong place at the wrong time or just do something really stupid and they shouldn't have. They're not career criminals.
Yeah, temporary insanity.
And you need good criminal defense attorneys.
Right. So call this number. I want everyone right now, stop what you're doing, take 15 seconds out of your time, dial this number, 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to a good criminal defense attorney, David Moreno, 1-800-529-5465 at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. You never know what can happen to you. And I'm saying to each and every one of you out there, dial the number, save the number, especially my immigrant community. Everyone, but especially my immigrant community. 1-800-529-5465. One of the things I love about this law firm, you've got immigration attorneys, you've got personal injury attorneys, you've got criminal defense attorneys, tax attorneys, family law attorneys. We're here to help you. So save the number in your phone. 1-800-529-5465.
And we're going to continue with our conversation on WVIP. We're going to be cut off for about 3 minutes in commercials, and we're going to continue. Yes, we are, with David on the other side. But David, let me ask you a question. You just defended a DWI case. You won the case in Nassau County. How do you go about defending these cases?
Well, I analyze them from a case-by-case basis. It depends on the facts of each case. Each case is very different, and they require different approaches legally. But generally, if there is a refusal, for example, the way to defend that case and the best way to go about that is to mitigate as much as possible the other perceived signs of intoxication, right? Which are what the common law ones, Brad, the slurred speech, the bloodshot, watery eyes, the unsteady on the feet. So in that case specifically, and in every other case I've had a refusal, I get the officers to admit and to acknowledge that, bloodshot, watery eyes alone is not an indication of whether or not somebody's been drinking, right? Someone can have dark eyes naturally. Some people, wear contacts that irritate their eyes. Some people have had lack of sleep. And I go down the list for each and every one of those observations. And every last one of them, including, which most people don't know, is odor of alcohol on the breath. Odor of alcohol on the breath is evidence of nothing. You can't tell, if someone has had something to drink, how much they've had to drink, when's the last time they had to drink, just because they have an odor of alcohol in their breath.
It could just be from their stomach. People get
It could just be from their stomach.
Right.
It can be odors from other things that people have drank. It could be from even things like gum could make your mouth smell like alcohol, some things that you eat. So I would go down and break through each one of those actual observations to show that, there may be other reasons for my client's behavior. And one big one that a lot of defense attorneys use is just the normal nervousness of being pulled over by the police. Causes folks to act sometimes in ways that are inconsistent with how they would normally act. And that's a big one.
So in your particular case that you just won in Nassau County, what was your client facing in terms of the charges against him? What were the facts that were presented at court? Was he looking at 1 year in jail, 3 years in jail, 5 years in jail? Did he have an immigration issue? By the way, if you're convicted of a DWI for immigration, that's deportable. DUI is not in New York State. So what were the specific facts? What was he looking at? And what did you do specifically to help him?
Of course. So he was looking at up to a year in jail. He was looking at significant fines over, $2,000. He was looking at revocation of his license for 1 year. He was looking at having to place an ignition interlock device on any vehicle he owned or drive for the foreseeable future, as well as completing a bunch of other mandatory drinking while driving programs. Those were the penalties he was facing. The facts, and he also was facing immigration consequences. The client in question was a green card holder, not a citizen of the United States. The facts that led to his arrest were that the officers observed him allegedly driving unsafely and moving unsafely between lanes. And when they pulled him out of the car, they alleged to have smelled alcohol. And they noticed that his eyes were bloodshot. And he did not follow their instructions. I think I spoke about this a little bit last week, but one of the interesting and pertinent arguments that they presented in support of him being drunk was that he did not do every single thing the police asked or told him to do. And that's important because, you have a constitutional right to be free from any search or free from any interrogation with the police without an attorney present. You absolutely should not incriminate yourself, and our client was smart enough to not do that. And that really, really helped and aided me in presenting a very cogent and credible case that he was not, in fact, intoxicated.
And you were able to convince a jury in Nassau County. I assume what was the background of your client?
He was Jamaican.
He was a
Jamaican
Jamaican
descent.
guy in Nassau County, which is predominantly a Republican white suburb for people who don't know. So that was a fantastic job on your part, and it goes to show what good lawyering does. Good lawyering gets good results. Poor lawyering, inconsistent lawyering, lawyers who don't care, don't get as many good results. Obviously, prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome.
I also believe that you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for also. But David
that.
Moreno, that was a fantastic job. Squeeze, if you can give out the number one last time.
Absolutely.
And we're going to thank David for coming on.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465.
All right, so that was David Moreno, criminal defense. Please make sure that you have his number saved. No one ever actually, it's very true. Almost every person who ever gets arrested, the first things are like, I can't believe this happened to me. No one wakes up in the morning and says, wow, today's the day I'm going to get arrested. I promise you that has never happened in the history of the world. It only happens that you're like, I can't believe this just happened to me. That's usually what happens. So it's always good to have a good number saved. It's really important. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. I just had a client come in today who got hurt in an accident. Saved our number from years ago. She said, Brad, I took the number down. I saved it. I never thought I was going to need it. Guess what? I need it. Got hurt in an accident. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Ibrahim in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ibrahim.
Yes, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, I'm fine.
What's going on?
I used to have a case, asylum case is denied.
Where you from? Where you from?
Sierra Leone.
Okay, why did you file for asylum? What was your fear of returning home?
Because I got a problem over there.
You got a what?
They have a problem on Sierra Leone.
Okay, I know they have a problem. I was asking, what is your problem going back? It's not what's their problem. It's what is your problem?
My problem right now, my case is denied. My wife have a green card. I want to know if she can file I-130 for me.
The answer is yes, but when your case is denied, you get put in deportation. When you put in deportation, I assume you were.
Yes, I'm in deportation right now.
You're in deportation right now. How long has your wife had a green card?
About 2 years.
How did she get her green card?
Her mom bring her over here.
Okay. The answer is yes, she should file for you. I don't know if if your case is going to extend long enough to wait for her to become a citizen to adjust your status here. So hold on 1 second, okay? We got to see what status your deportation case is in right now. Hold on 1 second. 1-800-529-5465. Simone in Fort Lauderdale. Simone.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. You sort of answered the question, but my question was, if you're filing for your parent that lives, well, my mom's in Jamaica, and she has two underage, underage kids. They're under 21. My question was, I know you said file one I-130 with the kid's name on it, but how long after would they be able to, because I understand you said they won't be able to come up with her, but how much longer would you need to wait for the kids to come up?
Because you're filing for the mom. And now the mom's going to come up to the United States, and now you got to file I-1 separate. Mom's going to file separate I-130s for the children. Depends on how old they are. How old are the kids?
One's 7 and the other one's 14.
Okay, so after mom comes up and she files separate I-130s for the two kids, they should be up here in about 18 to 24 months.
Okay, so is there a wait period after she gets here, or
no,
as soon as
literally
she gets here?
the day she lands in the United States at JFK or in Miami or wherever. Well, you're in Fort Lauderdale. That day, they're going to stamp her passport. She's a permanent resident of the United States. She can put in the I-130s that day.
Okay, thank you so much.
You can't file till she actually shows up in America, but the day she shows up is the day you file.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. 1-800-529-5465. Dolly in Jamaica.
Hi, Brad. Good
Hi.
evening.
Good evening.
I got a question. My father-in-law is a 76-year-old applying for citizenship, but he cannot read or write, and he went for the test. We tried a little bit, giving some questions, but he failed the test. Is there any way he can get by with that?
How long has he been a green card holder?
He is here close to 20 years.
He shouldn't have to read and write if he's been here 20 years as a green card holder.
No, he is originally from Guyana, and in those days they don't go far in school.
When did he get his green card?
In 90, 95, 97.
Okay, he should not have to read and write. He should be exempt from reading and writing because he's been a green card holder for more than 15 years and he's over the age of 55. He should only have to
He's 76 years old.
Okay, so they should not be giving him any reading and writing. He should be exempt from it. He should only have to be able to answer the questions orally. Hold on one second. We're going to help you, okay?
Okay.
All right. You don't have to worry whether he can read or write because they're not going to ask him, or they shouldn't. Denzel in Queens.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I just have a question.
Go ahead.
I got arrested like 9 years ago, but now I am a green card holder. And,
so you got arrested. You got arrested. Then you got your green card.
Right.
All right. Let me go back a second. What were you arrested for?
It was shoplifting.
All right, and it was a misdemeanor.
Yes.
New York.
No, it was Boston, but I got my green card in New York.
Okay. Did you go to jail?
No.
All right. Good. So now we're back to green card in New York. Good. Okay. So that's fine because it's most likely a petty offense. 99%. So I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I just pay $100 fine and that's
it's petty offense. The only time you've ever been arrested, right, Denzel?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So now you want to do your citizenship.
Right. So I'm just asking, is under this current system, is anyone eligible or if I'm eligible for deportation? Like, no. I don't know what's going on.
No. You're fine. As long as you haven't been arrested again, you're absolutely fine. File your citizenship. You're going to become a citizen. Please make sure you admit to the arrest before you got your green card. Immigration knows about it already. Submit your disposition. You'll be a citizen. Don't worry.
Okay, so that's what we are about to look about right now. So we maybe call your office.
All right, hold on. You can talk to someone off the air. All right?
All right.
1-800-529-5465. Sean in Atlanta, Georgia. Sean.
Hello?
Hey, Sean, what's up?
All right, I'm here. What's up?
I'm here too. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. If you're in a marriage base trying to get your green card,
right,
and you have a abusive spouse, how can you get out of the relationship and be able to go to the interview by yourself or with a lawyer?
Well, you would need to file first of all, you get out of the relationship by doing two things. You move out of the residence. You shouldn't be in an abusive relationship. You get an order of protection against your spouse, and then you file what's called an I-360. So you're asking from the immigration standpoint, you file an I-360. Even if you've already have an adjustment pending. You file the I-360, you show proof that you and your spouse live together, and you show proof of the abuse. Then you get a receipt. The receipt's going to take 1.5 years before they look at your application. When you get your interview for your green card, you have to let immigration know you've moved. When you get your interview for your green card, you bring the receipt that you filed as an abused spouse. You don't show up with your wife, and then they'll keep your case open pending hopefully the approval of your VAWA case. It's a Violence Against Women Act, but there's plenty of women who are violent against men. All right, and we can certainly help you. So hold on one second, okay?
I have another question.
What is your second question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you said proof. Do you have to have physical damage?
No, it could be
to your body?
extreme emotional abuse.
Okay, so you can have text and stuff like that, and
extreme emotional abuse is not a text message, but text messages can be used as evidence that look at this extreme emotional abuse that she put me under. All right, so hold on one second. All right, every case rests on its facts. Who is this? This is Duenna in Amherst, Massachusetts. Did I pronounce your name right?
Yes, you did.
All right, what's going on?
Hi, Brad. Okay, I had texted yesterday I was off for a bit, so I'm not sure if you had responded to my thing today. But you had responded yesterday, but I think you misunderstood.
Well, you sent a message that I answered through our social media rapid fire yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So tell me what your question is, because I don't remember what it was.
Okay, so what happened was that I was approved for my work permit in April of last year.
Right.
And they sent the card, but I didn't get it in the mail. So
I remember.
Right.
I said you were the one who did it 3 times and never got the work permit.
It was approved. Yeah, that was me. It was approved, but the card didn't come in the mail.
Right.
So I had to redo the application.
Right.
They sent me the receipt, but they haven't generated another card since that time, since I sent in
When did you send
the
in the
second
new one?
application.
When did you send in the new
In
one?
September.
All right. So I think at some point it's now October, November, December. It's 5 months. I think what you should do. I mean, all I can tell you is wait or hire me and let me look into what you're doing. It's one or the other.
Right, because I made several inquiries.
Yeah, it's not going to get you too far.
And even today I called and they said, well, they sent the inquiry over to the service center. So,
yeah,
I just have to.
I don't know why they're delaying it. I don't know. We can get to the bottom of it, but I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, but
Right.
5 months is too long. That's for sure.
It's long. It's long, right?
Right.
So it's gonna be up. It's gonna expire in April.
What's going to expire in April?
My work permit is gonna expire in April. So
Wait. You just told me you never got it.
No. The original one that I got in April is gonna expire in April.
And what happened to that one? You lost it?
No. I have the paperwork. I just don't have the physical card.
Okay. So I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you filled out the form wrong. I don't know. All right.
No. The forms were okay.
Okay. So what do you want? Tell me what you want me to do for you.
It's just that I didn't get the card, the original card that they sent in.
I'm not the postman. I don't know.
Right. So I said in January.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for the extension because the original one that I got would have been expired in April.
No, you don't need to do that.
And they accepted that one. So do you think that they're just going to wait until the original one expires to give me the new one?
I don't know because I'm not sure what you did. There was another application you submitted in September. I don't even know what that was all about.
The second application, okay. So when the card didn't come...
Duena, I understand. And my answer to you is, I don't know. And the reason is I don't know what you're doing. You filed one work permit. They sent you a notice saying it's approved, but you never physically got it. Then you filed again. What did you file? How did you fill out the form? Was it? Let me finish. I get it. But you're giving me a story that you don't have it. So obviously you're doing something wrong. Okay? There is no way in the world that you make 3 separate applications to immigration for a work permit and you don't have at least one physically in your hand. Okay? Just no way. Unless you have the worst mailman in the history of the world. Okay? So the second one, I don't know what you did. Yes, you filled it out. You submitted, I want a replacement. I don't know what you did. Okay? Then you went off and submitted a third one that they've accepted in January, but they never even finished processing the second one. So I'm not sure. You just keep filling out forms. Filling out forms doesn't help you.
Right.
It's been 1 year now, and so what I'm saying to you, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, I swear to God. What I am saying to you is, at some point you got to say, gee, I think I need some help.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, I'm happy to help you. I don't have the answer for you. There's nothing that I can do on this show to say, yes, go do X, Y, Z, and you'll have your work permit in your hand tomorrow. I don't know. I got to look at everything you've done and then figure out how to help you.
Okay.
All right. Hold on 1 second, though. Okay. All right. Let's go to Jermaine in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, bro.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. My question is, my wife is a green card holder for 4 years.
Yeah, go ahead.
First time, you hearing me?
I hear you. Your wife's a green card holder for 4 years.
First time filing tax online. First time filing tax online, but not her first time filing the tax.
Wait. Your wife's a green card holder for 4 years, and your first and when did you get married to her?
August of 2017.
All right. So now this year is your first year you're filing a joint tax return. That's what you're saying, right?
We have not yet filed it, but I want to know, like, how can I file it and I don't have a tax ID number or a social?
You get a W-7. When you file, you're going to file a joint tax return with your wife, and you're going to request, and you're going to fill the 1040 return and a W-7 form. The W-7 is your request for a tax identification number. And then they will accept the joint tax return and send you a tax ID number. So it's the 1040 and the W-7.
So she should file for a 1040?
Yeah, if you need help, we have tax attorneys here, but I'm telling you, the 1040 is the tax return, and the W-7, you attach it, is the request for a tax identification number.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and if you need help, Carmela, for a couple $100, she'll do all your taxes for you, okay, here in my office. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, let's go to Flo in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Flo.
Hi, Bud.
Hey, what's up?
I want to ask you a question. My husband has a daughter here. My husband is in Jamaica.
Right.
But he has a daughter here.
Right.
She's a citizen. But she wanted to file for him, but his name is not on her birth certificate.
Was he married to the daughter's mom?
No.
Okay.
No. But the mom signed the paper to put his name on it, but she don't want to give an ID.
Okay, so this is the story. Unless his name was put on at the time of birth, okay, whether the mom puts his name on the birth certificate now, 20, 30 years, or 5 years later, whatever it is meaningless. The mom could put any man's name on the birth certificate. It doesn't make him the father, okay? So what immigration, because he was never married to the mom, immigration is going to ask for two things. Proof that there's a biological relationship, and that's going to be done by a DNA test. And then you're going to need affidavits from people who knew about the relationship between your husband and this daughter, saying that they had a bona fide parent-child relationship, that this was not an absentee father. I would tell you 99 out of 100 times, men who were not married to the mom, who try to file on their own for their children, they get their applications denied. It's actually difficult cases to get approved. Okay? All right, come to me. Hold on. All right?
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Susan, also in Baltimore, Maryland. Susan. Susan? Susan. Susan. Hold on. All right. Let's go to Rebecca in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yes, sir.
Fargo, how are you?
I'm okay, and I just want to say I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you so much. I watch your show, and I'm going crazy.
Thank you.
I'm from Nigeria originally, but I just become a United States citizen.
You're a U.S. citizen now.
Yes, I'm a citizen now. I've been here 18 years. I brought 2 children with me when I was coming to America.
Right.
But I got married to a U.S. citizen. He and myself, we got 5 children together. So I got 7 children complete in America. Now, one of my sons that I brought with me, he's 20 now. Right now, he's in immigration custody right now. When I filed my paper, when I filed my petition, my husband now, he's American. When he filed the petition, everybody's name were on it. So we went for our interview. We all got me and my daughter got a green card. He did not get his because he found himself into some kind of trouble, and he had an ankle bracelet. And we told our immigration lawyer at that time. So they
all right, one second. Let me just understand, because you're talking very fast.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know, because you're very anxious for your son. So everyone in the family got green cards. You're from Liberia. You're a U.S. citizen. Your husband filed for you. But when your husband went to file for your son, who's now 20 years old, he had some criminal issues, so he never got through. Now, how long has he been in the United States?
I brought him here from the time he was 3 years old.
Since he was 3 years old. Can I ask, what was his criminal issue?
He fathered some friends, and they were doing some stupid stuff, shoplifting, and all kinds of.
How many times was he arrested?
He got arrested from the time he was 14. He been getting arrested,
40?
but he never went to immigration jail.
4?
From the time he was 14, he started going to jail, but not immigration jail. But this time in Fargo, they managed to arrest him and straight to immigration jail. Now, We in Fargo, North Dakota, it's a small state, so everything that they do here, they send it to Minnesota.
Right.
So right now he's in Minnesota jail, and I'm fighting to get him out. And I don't know, every lawyer here, they are so expensive. Someone they charge me $10,000 and everything, and I don't know what to do.
That's I mean, imagine what lawyers in New York charge. I'm in New York. It's the same thing. All right. So, but we're good lawyers here. I don't have the answer because I would need to see what his criminal records are. But certainly he may be eligible to adjust with waivers still because he's still 20. Okay, he's not 21 yet. All right, so you can certainly file an I-130 and try to adjust him in deportation with waivers. It all depends on what his charges are. Hold on, you definitely need a consultation. Okay, so hold on. When does he turn 21?
Okay.
When does he turn 21, by the way?
He just turned 21 last year, June 20.
Oh, so he's 21 now.
No, he just turned 20. No, he just turned 20.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right. He's much better. The case is much better under 21 than over 21. All right, hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. And thank you for watching, and we're going to hopefully try to help you, son. Let's try to find Susan in Baltimore, Maryland again. Susan.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
Good, thank you.
What's going on?
Thanks for the show. I have two questions.
Go ahead.
My sister, she was coming, she was deported at the airport last September.
Right.
So does she ever have any chance of ever coming here?
Where is she from?
Kenya.
Kenya. Why was she deported at the airport? What happened?
You know what happened? She was coming to a wedding in Texas, and they flagged her and asked her a bunch of questions that she had a one-way ticket, but she was conned by the person that sold her the ticket. She didn't know it was a one-way, so they didn't even believe she was coming back.
She was coming on a visitor's visa.
Yes.
So she had a one-way ticket, so they didn't believe she was going home because she only had one way, and apparently maybe she didn't have money or anything. I understand.
She didn't even know because we sent the money to pay for both ways, but she was conned where she bought the ticket.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
And then they detained her all night and put her on the next flight in the morning.
Did she sign some papers saying that she was intending to stay here? Probably.
I don't know what she did because she would, it's hard to know what.
All right. So what we would need to do, the first step would be is we would have to request the records from ICE. ICE has all the records from what happened at the airport.
And
I can request that and see exactly what happened, what at least ICE claims happened, and then make a determination what we do from here to try to get her to come back. It sounds like they denied her for misrepresentation because they said that she wasn't intending.
Then she said the wedding.
I understand.
She said that she didn't know where she was going and all that.
Right. So it seemed like to ICE official, she has a one-way ticket. She doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know where she's staying. And you know what? She's coming to live here forever. So that's probably what happened. And then we're going to figure out how to fix it. But hold on 1 second, all right? All right, so 1-800-529-5465. We're coming almost to the end of our show here. That's right, Wendy Brown. You can't buy a one-way ticket, and you got to know who you're coming to visit. That is for sure. And you got to read the fine writing. And there's a lot of people here who, in the last call, the woman from North Dakota, Candy's like, take a breath. She needed to take a breath. But you have to understand, her son, who's been here since 3, is getting deported. So she's obviously very, very nervous. All right, so let's see our Braducation segment. We have a Braducation, and then we're going to go to Kimmy Kim, Belgium Kim, our social media guru, right after our Braducation segment, and finish up our show for our Friday evening. The Braducation segment was... That was it. All right, let's find Kimmy Kim. Let's find Kimmy Kim. Kimmy Kim. I don't know what happened to the Braducation segment. I was actually just about to take a deep breath for 30 seconds, and then they're like, nope, go right back into it.
We had enough time for immigration, Brad.
And that was it, right. All right, so what do we got on social media? Let's finish up this show.
So Eliza wants to know, I petitioned for my wife and I'm a U.S. citizen. She's been approved since December of 2017, but she still hasn't received any instructions from the Visa Center. It's been 7 weeks already.
It takes about 8 weeks. Wait one more week if you haven't heard. It takes about 8 weeks to hear from the Visa Center. If you haven't heard in 8 weeks, call me.
Marcia says, can a 10-year green card holder that has a guilty plea on a misdemeanor, are they in danger of deportation under this current immigration system?
What is the misdemeanor for?
We don't know. Jay Carter says, what's a W-7 and how can I obtain a tax ID if I'm out of status but married to a green card holder?
That's the W-7 is how you get the tax ID. You file a 1040 return. That's what I was telling Jermaine from Atlanta. You file the 1040 return with a W-7 and they will send you back a tax ID number, or you call Carmela in my office. We'll do it all for you.
Angela says, my fiance and I want to get married, but he was married in California and divorced in California and now lives in New York. How do we go about getting the divorce papers from California?
You go to the court where you got divorced. You go online. You can Google Vital Statistics California, and you can go online and request it, and you pay like $20 or $30, and they'll send it to you in like a week or two.
Sassy K wants to know, my daughter just turned 7. She has a visa and her dad wants to file for her. Is she going to be able to travel between now and the time that the filing actually comes through?
I would prefer that she doesn't, because as soon as you file, you're showing an intent to immigrate. Even though it's hard as a 7-year-old to have an intent to immigrate, why are you looking for a 7-year-old to have a problem at the airport?
Stacy Ann Perkins says, I'm from Jamaica and I have a degree for I have immigration through employment. Do you assist in job searches or direction as to where there are job offers where the employer is willing to sponsor people?
No.
And does the job have to be related to the degree that you have?
Those are two different questions. Number one,
yes,
lawyers can't place immigrants in job sponsorships. It's not kosher. Okay, so you come to me with a job offer, and we're going to try to prove that you're not taking a job away from an American worker if we're doing your green card, or we're going to try to get you your H-1B visa if you qualify. I'm not sure what she's saying for job sponsorship. For an H-1B professional work visa, you need to have a college degree or the equivalent. You have to be working in a job related to that degree. That degree needs... that job needs to minimum requirements need to require a college degree. Those are three different rules. College degree, job related to the degree, the minimum requirements for the job require that degree. And then finally, you're getting paid the prevailing wage. That's an H-1B. For a job sponsorship, you just have to prove you're not taking a job away from an American worker, degree or no degree, but you have to have the minimum requirements for the job. Some minimum requirements for the job require degrees, others require experience, others require some combination of the two.
Gotcha. I didn't realize those were two different things, the H-1B and the sponsorship.
Yes.
Novalette says, how long is it going to take for you to get a 10-year green card, and when can you go ahead and put in for your citizenship?
I assume you have a 2-year green card. Now, to remove the conditions, it takes about 18 months. You can put in your citizenship 2 years, 9 months, 3 days from the day you got your conditional green card.
Santino says, I want to know how long after you made the payment for the visa application, how long is the process going to take before they call you in for an interview to the embassy?
Who's sponsoring you? If it's your brother, if your brother paid for you, about 15 to 20 years. If your spouse sponsored you and they're a citizen, a year. And there's everything in between.
And then, everything. Yeah. Nadine says, can a seasonal company in the U.S. petition for workers from another country to come and work here? And if so, how long does the process take? Is everything done by the company?
They're saying like a foreign company to sponsor someone to come work in America?
No, it would be a U.S. company, but she said that they are seasonal. So I'm assuming that
would be an H-2B visa, which are seasonal workers. So, like for example, you're working in Montauk. I'm making up. Montauk is like out in Long Island, the beach community out in Long Island. Nobody goes to the beach, to the hotels in the middle of the winter. They don't need anybody working there. That's a seasonal job. Okay, so a lot of times you find seasonal jobs in resort towns or winter resort towns, summer resort towns, that type of thing. And the question is what?
So the question, the first part of her question was, can she secure a visa through that seasonal status? That you already answered. Her second part is everything done by the company in the U.S. for the person hired for the job? Yes. So all she has to do is sit tight until she gets notified that her visa has come through.
Correct.
Quasi says, my sister has been seeing a man in Ghana who she wants to marry, and she wants to bring him to the United States. The man has 3 kids ranging in ages from 14 to 19. Could she file for her would-be husband as well as the 3 kids for all of them to move to the U.S.?
No, you can only file. You can file for would-be husband, and you can file for all the children who are under the age of 18 on the date of the marriage. So 14, yes. 19, no. We don't know what the age of the middle one is.
The middle one has to be 18 or less.
At the time of marriage.
At the time of marriage.
Correct.
Got it. Santino, who was asking how long after payment can he expect an interview? His wife is the one who's currently sponsoring him.
Is the wife a citizen or a resident? We still need more information. You gotta. What else?
The who, what, the when, the how. We need it all, folks.
Yes.
Trey Breezy says, how long is it going to take for my I-130 to get approved if I'm married to a U.S. citizen?
6 to 9 months.
Andrea wonders, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I have a 10-year green card, but I have a 10-year green card 1 year now. Do I have to file my tax papers together, or is it going to affect me in getting my citizenship in 3 years if I file alone?
It will affect getting your citizenship if you file it alone, because you got to prove a bona fide marriage. And if you're filing alone, you're not in a shared economic relationship. We use that word a lot. Shared economic relationship.
The finances of the relationship should be entangled.
Joint.
What's
entangled?
Joint.
Shared, joined, shared, like all, together.
Big bag of snakes.
Yes, exactly.
Tammy Bay asks, if my mom's a permanent resident and I'm over 21, can she file for me even though her taxes are not up to date? And if so, how long is the process going to take?
She can file for you if you're over 21. Who cares about her taxes, because you're about 6-7 years off. You've got to worry about her taxes down the line.
But you know who can worry about her taxes for her?
Carmela. If her taxes if her taxes are not up to date, I don't know what that means, but in other words, she owes taxes, she should be calling Carmela in our office.
Santino said, I'm so sorry, I'm new to all this. Yes, she's a citizen.
All right, so now I can answer your question. Okay, all right, when your wife files for you, you should be getting a receipt within a few weeks. You should be getting an approval in 6 to 9 months. Then 8 weeks later, you should hear from the National Visa Center. And if you do everything properly at the National Visa Center, about 3 months later, you should be getting an interview at the U.S. Embassy in another country. There you go, Santino.
Roxanne would like to know, I have a question that after waiting those 90 days to get married, how long do I need to wait until I can put in my paperwork for the sponsorship?
The next day.
And one more, Roxanne is going through some big life changes because now she's wondering, when should she move? If she gets married in New York and then moves to another state, does she file in the new state without a problem?
Yes. You file in the state. You have to file in the state where you're going to be living. You don't want to live in New York, file in New York, and 1 month later move to Texas, because then you're screwing everything up, because you got to write New York, tell them to transfer the file. It's a whole Megillah. Just stay where you are to get your green card. If you're going to stay in New York, stay in New York. You're going to go to Texas and then file. Wherever you're going to be.
Esther wants to know, oh, my case is complicated. That's how she starts this.
All right.
Good evening. My case is complicated. Yeah. But I got married.
It is. Okay.
So Esther got married in 2009 and everything was approved. Everything came through, and then she filed for her kids. And there was an issue where they said that she was still married to her previous husband, which was not something that she was aware of.
How? What do you mean you're not aware? You have a divorce, or you don't have a divorce? Or you thought the guy was dead? How are you not aware that you're previously married to the same? Well, I was like, our whole life was blacked out?
Right.
Tell us how you weren't aware that you were married. I mean, it just blows my mind sometimes. But sometimes, actually, it's true. Sometimes people, they get defrauded, or their husband says, I divorced you, but they never sent the document. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons. But, okay, she's a bigamist. So now what?
So she's a bigamist, and so she did get married in 2015, and then she refiled, and she was approved in 2016.
After she got divorced from the man.
I'm assuming. It doesn't explicitly say that, but it did say that once she was remarried in 2015, she refiled. She's good. She was approved in 2016, but then she hasn't heard anything since then. What can she do? She is able to travel.
All right, if you already filed as a bigamist, as an unbeknownst bigamist, because you didn't you didn't even realize you were a bigamist. The first thing that should be popping in your mind is immigration thinks I'm married to a whole bunch of people and I'm trying to pull something over on them. Maybe I need a lawyer. Maybe.
Just maybe.
Just maybe. All right, what else?
Maybe. So we've got Sandra who says, I'd like to know how long it's going to take for someone from South Africa to get a green card by marrying a U.S. citizen.
A little over a year, a little less than a year, somewhere in the year range, right in that area.
And then we've also got JoJo on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm sorry, JoJo on YouTube that says, my brother has a really complicated case. He filed his 751 in 2015, and then it was more than a year and he never heard from immigration. So he filed his N-400 in December of 2016 since he's married to an American citizen for about 4 years. And then he got his biometrics, and then in January of 2017, he got a letter from immigration saying that he's going to get deported because he failed to go to his 751 interview that he didn't even know anything about. So then in July, he got another letter from immigration saying that his naturalization interview is coming up. He went, passed the interview, and then was told by the officer that he can't be approved for his citizenship yet, and didn't give any other reason why. What's going to happen?
I don't know, because if you were a conditional green card holder and you didn't go to remove the conditions, they've taken your green card away, and yes, you're going to be deported. If they incorrectly marked you as a conditional green card holder and you're a permanent green card holder, you have to go renew your green card and get it properly renewed and write immigration and do the proper form, and you shouldn't even have to pay a fee for it to say, I was issued the wrong green card in error. Now I'm a permanent green card, now you should be able to do your citizenship. I don't know. I got to look and see what happened. Whose error is it? Is it, what's the guy's name?
His name is JoJo.
Is it JoJo's error by not filing to remove the conditions of the permanent residence?
Well,
or is
JoJo's
it immigration?
brother.
Or is it immigration's problem because they said he's a conditional green card holder and he didn't remove the conditions when he really was a permanent? I don't know. We gotta get to the bottom of it.
Right. So Princess wants to know, do you have to work in the same state that you filed for the work permit?
No. But guess what? If you file for the work permit in New York, you're claiming I assume it's a marriage, you claim you live with your spouse in New York, and now you're going to go work in Ohio. How's that going to work out with your living arrangements?
Wesley wants to, and that's a completely fair point.
Thank
so
you.
Wesley wants to know, what's the waiting period for a mother to file for her children over 21 years old? The mother's a citizen.
7 years for single children. 8 years.
Brandon wants to know, I came here on an H-2B visa in 2016. I got married in October of 2017. I haven't filed my paperwork yet, and I'm thinking about filing within the next 2 weeks. Do I have to worry about any problem? And I'm sponsoring myself.
You know what I'm noticing, Kim? You have to let the woman who comes and cleans the office, I see her shadow in the background. And you tell her that we're doing a live show, and I'm watching the woman, and I'm watching the woman in the background in the shadow of the Spar Bernstein moving like the garbage cans. Just tell her to wait 5 minutes. You're going to be off the air in 5 minutes, okay?
I've literally been trying to do subtle messages.
Yes, like lady, get out. All right, tell this lady. She's really, look at her. You see her in the background? You tell her you're doing a live show. She can't, give her 5 minutes.
Absolutely. I need 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow. Maybe she has immigration questions she wants to come in. I have no idea. She's still cleaning.
No, she's out.
She's out now. All right. So all right, let's do 2 more questions and we're done. What was the last question?
That's fantastic because we just have one more left.
Okay, great.
Nina would like to know, does having a car as a student in the U.S. Pose a problem when you're applying for a green card?
Having a car?
Having a car.
A car? No. Honk honk.
That was. Yeah, I was interested by the question. Oh, we got one last one from Novalette.
Last one. Okay.
Novalette says, "Hi Brad, how long is it going to take to get a 10-year green card?"
You have a 2-year green card already? I don't know.
I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah, 18 months. All right, Kim, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Great job as always.
Thank you.
Now you can tell the housekeeper to come back and finish cleaning up there. And for everybody else out there, have a great Friday. Have a great Saturday. Have a great Sunday. We're going to be back live Monday at 5:30. Please tell your friends to tell a friend. We know Fridays, the views aren't so great. But on Monday, if somebody wants to be topped up, we got to do it. We got to hit 500 on Monday. Call 1-800-529-5465. That number is for immigration. Call 1-800-529-5465. Personal injury, construction accidents, criminal defense, divorce and family law, tax debt relief. You just need one law firm, Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-529-5465. To all the Brad Squad, to all the Team Squeeze, have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you all on Monday.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.